we have some big news coming out of PayPal, and it all kind of points to them being big D-bags. PayPal apologizes for policy notice saying users could face 2.5 thousand in fines for misinformation, quote unquote. Payment service PayPal apologized for publishing a policy change that would subject users to a 2.5 thousand fine for misinformation. The company said it had published an acceptable use policy, or AUP, in error, and that PayPal is not fining people for misinformation, and the language was never intended to be inserted into the policy. Now, at first, you might be like, well, that's crazy, but maybe people just make mistakes. But as I'm about to show you, no, they're lying to your faces, and it was so wild. President of PayPal, after this came out, the previous president tweeted this: "It's hard for me to openly criticize a company I used to love and gave so much to, but PayPal's new AUP goes against everything I believe in. A private company now gets to decide to take your money if you say something they disagree with. Insanity." This is the previous president of PayPal. And then after this, obviously on Twitter, we were trending boycott PayPal. And then from here, delete PayPal searches spike after the 2.5 thousand misinformation fine controversy. And you had a lot of big names leaning into it. Elon Musk followed up with the previous president, David Marcus, saying agreed. And then just a lot of political pundits, and everyone had an opinion on it because it was that shitty of a thing to do. Everyone's like, how could you possibly think this was good? And then, of course, there is a chance that PayPal made an honest mistake. Alas, I'm here to tell you that they're actually kind of piece of shit liars. And shout out to the Twitter account, King Titan, Stefan Patutu. I'm definitely butchering that name. My apologies. But all shout out to him for all this evidence that he found on Wayback Machine. I have irrefutable evidence that PayPal is lying. They say the notice went out in error, but it was uploaded on their website since September 27th. I even found out who wrote it, and then he goes on through this Twitter thread, which I implore you to all check out, that it's been up for a bit, and it wasn't just a mistake that they accidentally sent out. It went out, and as one of the previous Twitter accounts pointed out, they're not sorry for what they said. They're not sorry about this being an accident. They are sorry that they got caught, because they would love a world in which they had this type of power. Not only financial power, but also the power of controlling voice and opinions. They would love the ability to charge someone $2.5 thousand for saying something they don't agree with. And now they're backtracking. They're like, oh, no, sorry. We can't believe it went out. My point is, and really, I suppose backs this up of the fact that they're lying, is who even had that copyright to begin with? Someone at the company had to string those sentences together. That's insane. That is truly insane. And don't forget, I mean, this boycott PayPal thing, I 100% agree with it. And I'm just here to remind you that they also own Venmo. The biggest debacle I see here is I don't see a strong alternative to PayPal. So if you do know one, I would love to hear it, because I, with my business, was using PayPal quite a bit, and I no longer want to support them because I think they are lying scumbags, and that's what all the evidence is pointing to. The issue here is PayPal, not really a monopoly, but pretty close to it. So I would love to get your thoughts on something that's very comparable to PayPal that happens to not just be PayPal. So I will definitely be reading your comments there.